Hello, everyone. I am Tacit. Hope all of you had a wonderful weekend. So today, of course, final day of the week. We are getting ourselves into campaign 16 next week. Should have that in, well, several hours from now. 7 hours as of that. As far as things that we have going on, let's go bring up all the things. Let's go over to the official post and go from there as far as cycling through it all. As far as today on stream, we shall be going and messing around with the world event, because we're actually still a little short, last I recall. World event is scored a little bit differently this time around. Oh, wait, never mind. Hold up. Wait, who carried us? Hold up. I need to go get Beowulf some gems. Last I checked that, we were still short. Okay, let me go give out the gems. Where's the Beowulf? Gotta give the Beowulf gems. Might even give someone... Why is Kick so close to give gift? You know how often I almost do that, try to give someone gift? I've never actually done it. Because I think there's a warning menu even if you clicked on it. But gosh, the amount of times I've gotten close is way too many. Why are those two buttons right next to each other? But anyways, so that's the calendar. Though I believe they did change up the calendar a little bit from what we are actually going to be getting this month. So we'll have to keep up with that as it happens. Anyways, let's go to the official Gems of War post, and then we'll go over all the other things that we have going on throughout the week. As far as the event, it's for Golvania. The Blood and Bones event, we end up getting the Bone Catapult. As far as what it deals, it's a brown-purple 12 mana cost strip. It deals a bunch of damage to an enemy, boosted by skulls at a ratio that is, of course, not mentioned on this, because why would they ever? It's at a boost ratio of 2 times. So for every skull on the board, it will end up having 2 additional skull damage, or 2 additional spell damage. And given that it has the 5 times Ascension, this will, of course, multiply with that. So for every single skull, you are getting 10 additional damage there. Aside from that, that's it. So it just has the skull boost ratio, and then it deals damage, 5 times if it's fully ascended. So a pretty standard raid trip, just with getting boost ratio off of skulls. Nothing particularly special there, but at least has a little bit extra damage there. On average, let's say like 5 skulls on the board, unless you're going super crazy with it. It's going to be 10 additional damage, which is about 50 additional damage to the raid boss. So, or sorry, to the towers. Which only, of course, affects his spell. Does not affect his skull damage, which, of course, just has the base 5 times. And he does have Skull Storm as well. Summon a Bone Storm when an enemy dies, so he has a little bit of synergy going with that. If you get some board clear with that, you'll be able to go and get some more skulls. And not only does he need skulls in order to one-shot the towers, or two-shot the towers, but he also gets his ability boost ratio, so not too bad. Aside from that, other thing is the Blood Elf, 11 mana cost red-yellow, so you can stock up on the Arcane. He ends up stealing a bunch of life from an enemy, and then web them. So nothing particularly special. This has a standard Undying trait. Weirdly enough, it has Undying and Dark Ancestry, because it's an undead elf, so it has the standard undead trait and the standard, basically, Zol Carry elf trait, I believe is the dark one. Though, of course, some other ones have gotten it, and that includes him. So a little bit weird seeing the double immunity. Obviously, compared to something like Impervious, it is quite a bit weaker. Though one thing it does have that Impervious does not is immune to Mana Drain, at least. But beyond that, it's basically just weaker Impervious, while having a very average ability that just doesn't do enough to be justifiable. As far as the event is concerned, we are getting a new weapon. Deals some damage to the first 2 enemies, boosted by undead allies. I don't even need to check the boost ratio. This weapon is useless. That boost ratio could be 20, and I'm pretty sure that thing is still bad. And of course, since this is the first time that we're getting the trial for this kingdom, we are getting a bit of a rework trial that should end up making it a little bit easier. We're end up going to, what's the change here? We'll be challenge a player team, train to Golvania the following: Flesh Golem, the Flesh Horror, Dark Priestess, and Van Connie. Why on earth do I forget what Von Connie is? Von Connie. I have no clue what this troop is. Wait. How off meta is this? I'm looking at it and I still almost forget he exists. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by all undead allies. If the enemy is undead, which a whole enemy team should be, there is an independent 50% chance to curse and silence. Weird. I completely forgot this guy exists. But honestly, he'll probably be your main skull damage in the main way you kill things. Double damage to undead, which should be the entire enemy team. 50% chance to one-shot them with true damage. Curse silence occasionally, though they do trigger independent of each other. It's okay. The rest of that team is pretty bad, though. Like, nothing on that team's really carrying you at all. Especially against the team that you're up against, too. Luckily, oh, it's not even pure. Oh no, wait, is Crimson Bat undead? I don't remember. Isn't Crimson Bat just beast? I don't even think Crimson Bat is undead. So you can't even get boost ratio off of that for some of the things that you have on the team. Isn't Crimson Bat, oh no, sorry, it's undead monster. I always thought it was beast monster. But no, it's undead monster, never mind. That makes sense, it's Golvania after all. Almost everything there is either human or undead. I guess that makes sense. So yeah, you can still use it on that, but still, that's a really hard fight, actually. The Wraith for the mana drain thingy, the flaming... Well, actually, I forgot what flaming skeleton does. Banshees just convert to red. Crimson Bat. I guess the main thing you actually have to worry about is Crimson Bat's true damage pressure. It's a lot of true damage when you get to the final 2 levels. And I suspect this will be by far the most annoying thing about taking this out, especially with lower stats, is Crimson Bat full AoE for 15 mana cost over and over again. Very lethal, and will probably be the main way that you die in this mode. So yeah, that's going to be an annoying world event. I mean, not world event, I mean journey. I mean, I will eventually say the right word. It'll be an annoying trial event. But yeah, overall, I would say... I wouldn't say it's the hardest. It's definitely top 3 hardest that we've had so far. But anyways, other things that we have going on this week. Honestly, I might as well just check Terran's World. This is probably almost more up to date than what their schedule is, because I believe they did tweak a few things around here and there. So let me just go check the... Oh, did I click show all troops? I hope I didn't click that button. I meant to return to main menu. Oh no, I might just have reloaded. Honestly, it might just be quicker to do this. And do that, and then do that. And then we're there. Alright, anyways, what was I going to go look? Oh yeah, I just wanted to go look at the weekly thingies. Just in case it's any different from the calendar, as I do believe they did a few tweaks. Underspire, yeah, we always have that. Invasion, we just went over. Campaign, oh yeah, we have the new campaign starting, of course, as we were mentioning earlier. Guild Wars, oh yeah, I didn't really mention that, but of course I've been installing all the XP. We do have Guild War next week. This is the whole reason why I've been installing every single one of our XPs. You can actually install them all in your messages now. However, I do have one in my rewards as well. But yeah, you can install those a lot more conveniently. So if you haven't been, I do advise doing so, as the 100% XP bonus from Guild Wars does stack. Every day that you win Guild War, the following day you will have 100% extra XP. And that 100% XP does get doubled by this 15-minute booster. So if you haven't already, start delaying some of your daily XPs if you want. And you can get even more XP from those wins. And just use them all on the first day, or, you know, first day after your Guild War ends up winning a Guild War. Anyways, aside from that, faction event, standard just for the Golvania, just a Dark Court. Wednesday, we're getting Moon, which is the one that gives you souls, up to 5% souls, depending on how upgrade it is. It's not a lot, but adds up over time. Class event, of course, is just for the Death Knight hero class. Most noteworthy thing is that's considered undead. I just said unknight. I was combining 2 things together. But it's considered undead. It used to be considered knight a long while back, like 3-4 years ago. But at this point, it is purely undead. This does give it a lot more synergy, as, you know, most of the places undead and barely any knights at all. So it ends up being a lot stronger than what it used to be. So overall, a lot more options than what you would normally have. And then this weekend, we have no event, as you can see, as it says Arena. So very much nothing that weekend. But we still have Guild Wars, so, you know, we still have that going on. Honestly, Guild Wars is more of an event this weekend than Arena will be. So there's that. So overall, pretty tame week. We are probably subject for a patch any week now as well. Wait, did I look at the wrong one? Oh no, that's the right one. I thought I scrolled all the way over. But we are due for a patch probably in the next week or 2. I'm not sure it's going to be this week in particular. I feel like it's going to be next week, but any week now we could potentially get a patch. We are likely to get one before the October event. That's right around the corner. But I think they delayed by a week. I'm not 100% certain on that, if they're still doing it on time or not. But regardless, even if they're not, I believe it's still before Halloween, even if it does get delayed by a week. Anyways, so as far as things we need to go finish, apparently not World Event. Thank you, Guild. So, yeah, that's done. I was going to do that, but apparently already got done for us. And we did get a weird number of keys this time as well because of the event kind of changing. Oh, wait, no. Is this still 7? Wait. Did they not give us any compensation for not having the thing? I didn't even look at that. Because we don't have any of the 3 or the 5 gems that you normally would have gotten. You know, those like little metal thingies. Because there wasn't one associated to this week. That's so weird. But anyways, a World Event was really weird this week overall. A lot of weird things with how they changed it. But they'll probably tweak it more for when the next World Event comes around that ends up giving it. But anyways, hello Bill, hello Draco, hello hello Jonian, hello Supernova, hello Stacy, hello Mr. Jesse, hello Sushi Ninja, hello Mr. Z, hello Chad, hello Cookie, hello Draco, hello Tyrion, Hello, Vanessa Loto. Hello, Kate Colia. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Glorfindel. 1 a.m. in Ireland. Thanks for stopping by for the night. Guess who has been at work all week? Oh, gosh. Oh, you're trying to stay up all night to reach guild requirements? Yeah. Most guild... I don't know. What guild are you in? Most guild requirements are pretty low these days unless you're in, like, a really, really big guild. Like, most of it you could do in a couple hours, for the most part. Like, obviously, some of it you can't. Particularly the ones you have to do per day. The world event did have a pretty high requirement this week compared to what it normally had. Speaking of which, as far as modes going on, we need to go finish up Bounty Hunter. We did it in a way to try to spend as minimal as possible. And in doing so, we still got to use a few battles because we don't have enough points yet. But of course, the 4 that we get today from will finish it. One event we, oddly enough, do not have to do is we got really lucky this week on Underspire. It was not our luckiest week yet, but it is our second luckiest, I would say. I think we only had 10 rooms that we didn't scout correctly. Or, you know, that we had to scout out of our way. The closest we ever got was 5. Like, making 5 mistakes. And not as in 5, like, directional mistakes, but, you know, using 5 torches where it could have been avoided. But this time around, yeah, it was only 10. Which, not as good, but still one of our better ones. Top 2, top 3. So we got to save a lot of gems. We could have spent even less than what we did this week, but, I did go a little bit over just because I was spending on early on, just because we've had some really unlucky Underspires lately. But, yeah, this week was kind of back to normal. To such a degree where don't even need to do it today, which is kind of convenient. Which might give us some more time to go open some Vault Keys, because I still want to go open them before next Vault event. Vault event is, or should be, unless it gets rescheduled, of course, but it should be the last Friday of this month. So, definitely if you have some time that time, it is a great time to be going and grinding pretty much anything, particularly Explore. But anyways, how have you guys been doing this weekend? We finally finished that one game as well today. The Moonstone, why do I keep saying it wrong every single time? Moonstone Islands? Why does that still sound wrong? Why do I keep messing up his name? But that game, the farming Pokemon, Slay the Spire game we've been playing lately. We finally finished that out as of today. We're probably still going to stream it here and there into the future. There are still a few completions things I want to do, but definitely not to the degree we have been the last week, that is for sure. We basically power grinded that whole game down in like 5 days. But it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the experience. Let's see. We'll take the skull over. Take our little poke over there. Not sure what our next game's going to be heading towards, though. Trying to think what's coming out in November, or even this month. Is there not, like, any cool Halloween-themed games that normally come around in Halloween? I feel like there's almost never any. Normally Halloween movies, but not really Halloween games. As often. Yeah, Moonstone Island. I'm not sure how I keep saying it incorrectly, like almost every other time I say it. Hello, Emanada! Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Can you say the troop name like this? Why do you always want me to say that? I keep thinking it's something weird because you always want me to say it. Pi C A. There you go. A special greeting for Lester. Oh, hello, Lester. Did I say hi? Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. So why am I going for the Valraven? We're already done. I could actually just literally let it run away and it wouldn't affect anything. Because of course for Bounty Hunter, unless you're going for a leaderboard, you only need 250,000 points. However you get there, it doesn't really matter. As long as by the end it is 250,000 plus. So we actually don't need the Valraven at all in this particular situation. So we'll kill it last and that gets it. Nope, we'll kill it absolutely last. We're giving it a chance to run. See if it takes it. I don't think it's going to get it in time. Nope. And down it goes. Alright, and as Bounty Hunter completed. And as per usual, here's the entire loot from Bounty Hunter if you were to complete it all the way. Giving the loot of... if I can go through it. Given a loot of 2 Vault Keys, 110 gems, 17 gem keys, 45 diamonds, 5,600 souls, 175,000 gold, a bunch of useless straight stones, 2 major orbs, 10 arcanes of lava this time around, 4 random orbs, 4 celestials, a portrait, and a title. And what do we get? Come on, good orbs. Alright, bad. What is this? Triple green. Since we did triple green, how about triple orbs of glory? Like bronze, silver, gold. Go. Actually, have any of you guys seen that yet? A bronze, silver, gold drop? I'm not sure if anyone has done that yet. Like when you have this triple orb screen right here, getting a bronze there, a silver there, and a gold there. I'm pretty sure at least one person had to have done it by now. The chance of that happening would be so rare though. Because that'd be a 5%, a 3%, and a 2% simultaneously. But I wonder if anyone's gotten it, or even like 2 pieces, like a bronze, silver. Or, actually, I think I've done bronze, silver before. Or even a bronze, gold. But never all 3, the bronze, silver, gold lineup. Oh, hello, Genki! Oh, we finally finished Moonsong. Why do I keep calling it Moonsong? Moonstone Island today. But we finished absolutely everything. Well, not everything, but you know what I mean. As far as basic completion. We'll still revisit the game at some point, though. But definitely won't be streaming it to the degree we have been the last week, that's for sure. It was a lot of fun. But I'll still catch your streams whenever you do it, though. We'll go for the Magnesia, I guess. Say Geoff is a goof on guild chat. Yeah, was that kind of like an inverse meme for that one achievement? Oh, wait. Did they ever fix that achievement? I didn't even think about that. Because when that achievement first came out, it wasn't working. Did they actually finally fix that? Because I don't think I did that achievement yet. Now that I think about it. Did they actually fix that? Because when it first launched, it was not working. Like the first several hours or whatever it was. Well, it worked the day it came out, but it didn't work initially when it came out. Because Steam wasn't updated to include the achievement. So the patch was out, but the achievement wasn't. Like, it wasn't that the achievement never worked. It was that the achievement wasn't out when the patch was out, if that makes sense. Like, the patch was initialized, and you were able to get into the patch. But you weren't able to do any of the new achievements for the patch, is what I meant. Like, the patch was always I mean, the achievement was always working, but the patch came technically before the achievement. So for like the first hour or 2, you were not able to do the achievement, and then I never bothered doing it, I don't think. Because I technically did it during that like one small window of time when it wasn't possible to do it. Most people didn't spell or capitalize correctly, really? I wonder how unachieved that achievement is. I haven't even been paying attention to it. Do it now? Let me double check if I don't even have it. How do you even check it on the Steam side these days? I would have to X out of this. How do you check achievements? Achievements. Well, I'm missing one. Is it Geoff? No, I did it. Oh, I did it an hour and a half later. But yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, the first hour, you weren't able to do this achievement. But then after that, you were. Also, I'm surprised how low that achievement rate is. 0.3%. That's really funny. Because you have to go really out of your way. Like, you're never accidentally going to get this achievement done. It is physically impossible to accidentally get this achievement done. You have to go out of your way for it. Yeah, notice how it's like an hour and a half later than when we normally start, though. That's what I meant when it was like wasn't working for the first hour. But yeah, we did end up still doing it by the end of that stream, so that makes sense. What am I missing, though? How do I check in progress? Upgrade 5 troops to shiny level 2. Oh, wow. You know how far away we are from this? Wait, what's the global achievement rate for this? You know how low that has to be? It has to be like 0.1. That might be the most unachieved achievement in the game at the moment. Hey, I was right. It's exactly 0.1. Yeah, wow. Yeah, upgrade 5 troops to shiny level 2. You know how hard that is without spending money? Like, while spending... If you spend 50 bucks on this is really easy. But if you spend literally $0 on this, I'm not even sure it's physically possible to have it done at the moment. If you spend absolutely nothing on it. Because unless you got really absurdly lucky on your shiny keys, there hasn't even been enough free shiny keys to really get it done. Unless you got really, really lucky with your keys. Hey, free diamonds. Tried a new gold team? Which one? Oh wait, someone mentioned a team and I didn't see it. Which one is it? Oh, so hello, Mr. Jesse, if I didn't ever say hi. Welcome, welcome. Wait, people are saying a team and I can't find where the team is. Oh, there's a copy-paste code for it. I can go look at it real quick. Let's see. Oh, so hello, Mario. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'll copy-paste it and see what it looks like after this. Okay, we'll take that one over. Get our other poke. Thar's gonna die. Probably should have cast him before he died. Though somehow still hasn't died. There he is. He really let it live for a moment there. Alright, what team is this? Edit. Manage. Paste. Ruby Mask. Leprechaun. Oh, yeah. I'm aware of this one. You just do Ruby Mask into Leprechaun Cedric. We mentioned pretty much this exact team on the video as well. The only difference is I ran a single Cedric instead of double, so that we'd have more mana accumulation. Because I believe I ran a Thrall? Or some kind of mana accumulation there. I don't remember. But yeah, I mentioned that on the, well, I guess I did it a couple days later. Because we went over, I think, on stream, but we didn't cover it until Sunday, I want to say. But yeah, it's okay for gold. You have to hope that the explodes hit on Mask. So if you're doing a battle where you can one-shot with Mask, it doesn't gain as much gold. But if you're doing like Explore 12, it does max out on gold and works a lot better for that in other situations. The problem is shorter battles it's not as good for. Because very rarely will you reach max gold in the amount of time that it takes you to do shorter fight. So you need like those mid-range to higher range fights. But for the higher range fights, it is a little slow. I think it takes triple cast on Explore 12. Depending on stats. And mid-range fights are normally double cast. Haven't used it that much, mostly because I don't need gold. But it's a great way to have a true damage like team while having gold farm. Because most gold farming teams are physical, not true damage. So it's a nice alternative to having it. More and more you feel like you should get a new weapon. Honestly, I don't feel like that weapon is a must-have. It's very average. Like, the amount of true damage it does is pretty... like, it's under the damage range of a lot of things that exist. The thing that mostly makes it good is that it gains gold while doing so. Because if you compare it to Tesla, it is a substantially weaker Tesla. And in some situations, even like a weaker Life and Death and such. But the main thing that it shines on is that it gains gold while doing so. It's the whole reason why you would ever use it. Just for that little bit of gold gain it has. And by a little bit, I mean it normally caps out. That little bit adds up pretty quick. But I mean a little bit in the sense that it doesn't cap in one cast. You have to do weapon, leprechaun, weapon. Or I guess leprechaun, weapon, weapon, more so. In order to get to full mana. I mean to full gold. As one cast will not get you to max gold. Alright, there we go. Alright, we did that, we did that. We did that. Is that all the events? We did Ward event. Nice, we can go open a ton of Volkeys tonight then. I was expecting to have to do a Ward event for like, half an hour tonight. So I'm kind of surprised we don't have to touch it at all. Because I saw the score earlier and it's like, oh, it's going to take a while before we get there. But gosh, my guild was active today. But yeah, they did the whole thing. We already finished Bounty Hunter. Well, I guess we're doing Volkey most of the time. We are pretty much just doing Volkeys. Because that is every... Oh, wait, what was our other objective here? Never mind, we got to do 5 PvP fights. Then we're just doing Volkeys. Honestly, we could almost go through the whole stack. No, we'll probably go for about 100. Or go all the way until we have like 50 left or something. Also, let's go hand out a code. I haven't handed out a single code yet. We'll have 2 tonight. 1 second, I need to go get my codes. Let's see. Luckily, I made sure to restart the other computer before we, between the streams. So it is not laggy at all right now. I'm not sure why, but that older computer just loves to, like, get accumulated lag as it stays on for too long. Like, you keep that thing on for more than, like, 12 hours, and it is just glacially slow. But there you guys go. Much quicker now. There's the first code. We'll have another one in a little bit. Okay, so, next thing. Let's go and, yeah, let's go do our 5 PvP fights. What should we roll it with? I guess we're gonna go for one-shot Diamantina. Not all these will be one-shotted, but we're still gonna try it. Where on earth is one-shot Diamantina? One-shot Diamantina. That's Magnesia. There it is. I need to make you a mod? Why? What will you do with your mod powers? I don't mind doing it, though. But what will you do with your mod powers? That winky face sounds suspicious. Is it creepy for you to watch your videos while you're sleeping? Because of different time zones? I do that a lot lately, actually. Falling asleep to videos. Like, for the longest while, like, at least a good, like, 8 years, I never bothered to sleep to, like, any kind of noise. But for whatever reason, the last few years, particularly the last year or so, I just love having background noise when I go to sleep. I'm really not sure what the shift was. Because I did it when I was younger, and then for the longest time I stopped, and then for whatever reason, like the last year or so, I started doing it again. Like having background noise before you go to sleep. Oh, that's not ideal. I don't have a way to deal with resummon. This team has absolutely no way to deal with resummon, which is probably not a good idea to be bringing into PvP, but well. Location of a billion resummons. All that just to do 3 damage. Oh, there we go. But hey, 3 damage still got there. Also, I guess I didn't need to rush that 1.9k PvP. I was doing a couple side PvP battles earlier so we could get to 1.9k. But apparently, the game is going to force us to do PvP so much that we got there naturally. Which I guess kind of makes sense. Now you don't even need to do 1.9k. You can just do it whenever it tells you to go do it. And you'll still get there. Because this week, with how many times they told us to do PvP, unless you lost a ton, it would have been enough to reach 1.9k just with the battles that it told you to do. Without doing a single extra other than when it told you to do PvP. And Guild War weeks are kind of nice for that too, because if you participate in Guild War, you get almost all of 1.9k just from Guild War. Ooh, okay, we'll take the lava. Oh no, that was a fake firebomb team. Or is it? Wait, what's that team composition? What on earth am I looking at? Well, one of them got replaced with that. That is such a weird team. Oh, there we go. Maybe we even got a Devour, not like it mattered at all there, but get the extra value in there. I don't feel like we have enough damage to one-shot this, but we'll just give it a shot. Maybe it'll happen. Try Raining Sound. It's the best to fall asleep to. Yeah, rain is pretty nice for it. I've tried like Thunderstorm with light rain before as well. That and TV shows. I do like light weather as well. Let's see. We'll take that brown to brown. Yeah, very unfortunate that he has barrier. This team actually has little way around that. We have no like good multi-hit on this team. And by no good multi-hit, I mean no multi-hit at all. So every time he keeps gaining barrier is very annoying. What, does rain sound keep you awake? Interesting. I feel like heavy wind rain sound would keep me awake. I'm not sure about like normal rain. I guess the slight pattering of it could kind of get annoying. I don't mind it though. Wait, did we do 5 battles or are we one short? Oh, we already did it. Perfect. Alright, so we did that, we did that, we did that, we did that. Only thing left to do is go open every Volky we have. No, we're not going to open every single one, but one thing that is convenient is I don't even need to change my team. We're already at the right one. Oh, I'll take that one over. You can't fall asleep while watching any kind of streaming. Oh, I will take that one over. You always have movies playing while you sleep, but recently the streaming services stop playing after a while, except Tubi. Really? I don't use any of them, so I wouldn't know. Though normally if I do have it on, I have it on for like a very short duration. If I have like a video or something on, it'll be like 15 minutes if even that. Because I'll either fall asleep beforehand or be tired enough after like 15 minutes so I wouldn't need the noise anymore. Also, this Wednesday, we might be doing a pretty long stream. If we win Guild War the previous day. With that caveat. But if we do end up winning Guild War on Tuesday, we will... Oh, Pet Orb. We will have 2 hours of EXP to go do. So that's going to be a while. That stream's going to go like 3-ish hours? If not longer. So yeah, we'll have to be doing that. We'll hand out a few extra codes for it as well. Assuming we do it on that day. There's no guarantee we will. It depends when we win Guild War. But assuming we win Guild War on Tuesday, it'll be on Wednesday. And if it's not on that day, then it'll be on Thursday. And if it's not that day, well, it'll be on Friday. It comes down to when it comes down to. Luckily, there's no weekend event. So to a degree, hopefully it almost does happen on like Friday or something. But realistically, it's going to be on Wednesday or Thursday. Unless we do really bad on Guild War this week, but we'll see how it goes. No way to really know till it happens. Alright, I'll throw that down. Get our explosion. You fall asleep with radio or music playing and see it's like an hour or so. The radio will go to sleep, but nowadays, just peace and quiet is best. Yeah, I did that for the longest time. I'm not sure what really made me shift back. You watched Twilight Blake and Dawn Part 1? I actually did see that in theaters when it first came out. With a couple of friends. It wasn't that bad. It was bad, but not that bad. Oh, so we just got an ingot. Let me go update that to 495. Also, it felt really weird when I was streaming earlier. Because I'm so used to having a visual when I stream. And for the other stream, I just didn't bother setting one up for it. Even though it could easily be done with like a single click. I just didn't want to have one for it. And in doing so, I always keep forgetting that I don't have the camera. So I'll keep like making gestures or something similar. Thinking like, oh, everyone can see me. Or I'll like take a sip of water and not say I'm about to take a sip of water. And then there'll just be like a silence for 20 seconds. Because if I do that right now, it'll be like really obvious, like, oh, I'm taking a sip of water. But unless you announce it, it's just like complete silence and nothingness. Speaking of which, I need a sip of water. Also, I actually did eat dinner beforehand, which is probably why I'm so thirsty right now. Almost always these days, I've just been having dinner after the fact. Do I say water break? Wait, I can't say the rest of it. Wait, where is it? Do you say water break? At least sometimes. Oh, I do say water break. Yeah, I tried to announce it when I was doing the other stream. I feel like I just naturally say it anyways. Assuming someone might just be listening. And not visually watching. Particularly with something like Gems of War, because you normally do have it on as like background noise. While you're already playing or something similar. For the longest time, you could only sleep if your bed was rocking back and forth. Actually, when I was a baby, my cat would like get on me and basically become my covers. It was very warm. Because I recall a time when the cat we had was actually bigger than me. Like, we're talking like a small, maybe not a small cat, but you know, like a standard sized cat. At one point being bigger. They would just get on me and just like cuddle. It was very adorable, very warm. Like, you don't even need the blanket. Can't remember how young I would have been, but it's old enough to have memories. So what, 2 years old? Something pretty young though. Like absurdly young, but still like old enough to have memories. What do we need here? Take that one over. I'm not sure if I would ever get a pet again. I used to have so many in the past. And if I was, I'm not sure which. It would definitely be a cat or bird of some kind. If I ever was to again. Because I can't stand dogs. Never been a dog person. So would love if that got full mana. One turn off. I almost feel like putting it in front of it just so it gets the mana. But anytime I do, I just feel like we're not getting our one-shots. But whenever we have less magic like this, there's just so many times where you don't get the one-shot. Whereas if we don't block it... I mean, if we do block it, it gets mana so much slower. But if we don't, like right now, even though it gets its mana at normal speed, there's just so many instances with how much magic we have, or lack thereof at the moment, that it just does not get the one-shots. It's actually a really inefficient time to be using Vault Keys right now. As this is pretty much the lowest magic level we can ever have at a given moment in time. Because we don't have any bonus from campaign or anything like that. Plus, we're getting quite a few magic in the future. Zolkiri is going to be getting 2 soon. Oh, technically you can already have the 1, but it's getting another one in a couple months. I believe Karkaroth is getting one pretty soon. As well as Darkstone around the corner. Like, within the next year, we're probably having almost 8 more magic than what we have now. Like, between now and between the end of next year, not this year, but next year, I'm pretty sure we're talking like an 8 to 10 magic increase. Which doesn't sound like much, but for modes like this, that 8 to 10 is enough to very consistently get it done. To such a degree, we could almost get rid of Mizmer if we really wanted to on this team. Though not really a need to. But theoretically, we could double Leprechaun, I guess, in case we somehow didn't full mana. Yeah, chickens are pretty nice. They're really high maintenance, though. But I miss having fresh eggs. Is Underspire even worth it? Oh yeah, Underspire is really worth it. Definitely at least the free battles. But even if you're going to pay into it, it's about 1,000 gems, give or take a little bit. Like this week it took us 750. But it's about 1,000 gems, give or take a little bit, to get 2 major gold orbs, a silver, a bronze, a pet orb, and a few other knick-knack stuff, like some dragonite and other things. It's really good overall value. But earlier on in the game, as you're progressing, it is a huge, huge gem sink to the point where it's probably worth just doing the free battles. But later in the game, for about 1,000 gems per week, is actually really worth it for what you get in return. You just need to have a lot of gems on reserve already for it to be worth it, though. Because if you have under like 1,000 gems, or even under 10,000 gems, it's probably not worth spending gems on Underspire most of the time, if at all. And just go for like the double bronze or something similar off the first section. You just still get really good value from that very quickly as well. You can get it by like the second or third day normally, without spending a single gem. Also, I would love if they got mana sometime today. How on earth has this not got mana? A mile away. You stopped doing Explore because of it? Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing, honestly, I did as well. I stopped doing Explore pretty much as soon as, not even when that happened, even earlier than that. As soon as Glory Orbs were added to the Orb drop table, was pretty much when I almost completely stopped doing Explore. I wouldn't say completely, but it definitely like a 90+% decrease in how much I've played Explore. Like, I probably played Explore less this year than, like, the first month that, that one Mimic trip came out in Explore or something. Like, we played it so little. Ooh, let's hand out a code. Orb of Glory. Silver. Honestly, I almost need silver more than gold, as weird as that may seem. Because I always double the gold in Underspire, but I don't double the silver. So we actually have to get a decent chunk of silvers in order to keep up with our golds. Like, there's actually legitimately going to be a point where we might get more gold than silver due to how we do Underspire. But there you guys go. Enjoy. I forgot the number per month. I did the math on it earlier. I think I have to get like 9 of these per month to keep up with how many gold I'm getting. Also accounting for the fact that you're getting gold while getting these silvers. I think it was something like 9 a month. I forget the math. We did the whole math a little while ago. I'm not going to bother doing it again right now. Yeah, I think it was roughly 9 a month for those that we need to get. And that accounts for the doubling that we get in Underspire, as well as accounting for the amount of golds we would get while getting those silvers. The only problem with that is I believe 300 Vault Keys does not actually give us 9 of those. Well, then again, 4 of them come from the other thing, so I actually only need to get 5 from them. So never mind, yeah, we do generally get 5 of them for about 300. Yeah, that checks out. You don't like Guild Wars? Yeah, a lot of people are not a big fan of Guild Wars. It is a very dated mode in the game, that's for sure. That has basically no payout. Which is kind of funny, I just realized that. We're getting both the 2 horrible modes next week, as far as payout is concerned. Guild War and, though the Guild War EXP bonus is better than it has ever been, due to the other EXP bonus thing. But the other rewards from Guild War are kind of underwhelming. Honestly, it's more beneficial to win per day than it is to win the whole week. To a point that if your guild can do good but still, like, tank, make sure you stay in a slightly lower bracket, is almost more beneficial. You get, like, 25 less gems each Guild War while getting the EXP bonus almost every single day. I was about to say something else, I already forgot my train of thought. Oh, yeah. Next week we have both the 2 modes that aren't that good for payout. It's Guild War and Arena. They're both really dated in what they give. Even though Arena was updated several years ago, it just wasn't updated enough to be relevant. And Guild Wars loot has always been pretty bad, with the only buff really happening to it being the XP bonus. The XP bonus is now pretty huge for it. Since if you care about XP, you can double the 100% bonus. Or 200% bonus on top of all the other XP you're already getting. Because I think our bonus during that is like almost 500% or something. Because the way that it works is we get plus 100% from Guild War onto this. So my 195 is going to 295. You can say 300. And then my 300% is being doubled. So we're getting 590% XP bonus. You can almost say almost 600,000. We're getting a 590% XP bonus during Guild War week. Using both a win plus our XP boosters. Which, that's a lot of XP. Because the one from Guild War is additive, but the doubling that you get from the XP booster does, you know, double. It does multiply everything. So you get quite a lot from it. Oh yeah, we're already done with this, didn't we? Yeah. When I click on Unspire, we're already done. Also, we got the weirdest path ever. Look at this. I'm not sure if you guys saw it the other stream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 rooms until we had to make a decision. And we guessed correctly. But it took us 10 rooms. I've never seen this. This is the longest path I've ever seen where you did not have to make a single decision. Unless you count not taking this dead end as a decision. But, 10 room. Even if you do count that. 9 rooms without making a single decision. Technically 10. Obviously, that's not a decision. You're not going to take that one. But, 10 rooms of a straight path. All the way to door, and then 3 after door. It's kind of insane. Too bad the whole path wasn't that way. That would make Underspire so absurdly easy. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I want to go there. Wait, what were we doing with this team? Oh, yeah, Volkies. Let's keep going. Gotta open at least 39 more. I want to get to a nice, clean number. Let's see. You think if you could prove from a doctor that you're colorblind, do you think you could use any card at Guild War? You technically already can. Guild War does not stop you from using anything. You can go in there with any team you want. It's just a score penalty will take effect, of course. But you actually are allowed to bring anything into Guild War. It's not like other modes where it's like hard-coded to make sure you have to go it. In Guild War, while it's suggested you go pure color, and you should go pure color, or at least as close as you can to it, you can literally just run with like 4 randomly colored different troops. And, you know, you still get points. Not as much points as if you tried using like 2, 3, or 4 of the color. But there's nothing stopping you from using any team in Guild War. You can literally just run like Zolgoth Quick Kill on every single one if you really want to, or something similar. But you do lose some points for doing so. But without the penalty, doctor's orders. I do find it weird how colors are communicated, though. It's one of those visual things that are... like, you never really know if anyone that, you know, that anyone else has actually seen what you're seeing. Like, to a degree, we kind of do know. Because obviously, you know, all humans would kind of see pretty similarly. But, it's still weird how you would end up describing colors. Because we almost use, like, colors to describe colors in a sense. Like, it's hard to describe colors without, like, self-defining itself with colors. Because you can't just say, like, saturation or hue or other terms like that. Because that's not necessarily referring to color. That's referring to other attributes of the color. But not actually of the color itself. It's one of those, like, self-reflecting things where to describe color, you have to describe it with color. It's really weird. Because a lot of other visual things you can describe in a different way. Whereas color doesn't really have an alternative description. Like, you can say, like, red is hot or something similar. But it doesn't, like, say what that color is. Whereas you can kind of indirectly describe other visuals without directly referring to itself. So we'll throw that one down. Yeah, Soul Carry can be maxed in late November, last I recall. Not right now, though. Right now it can only be 28 star. But yeah, I believe it's late December. Oh, unless you mean your version of it being maxed to level 20. Red is obviously 25500, yes. That is correct. I used to know, like, almost all those hex codes when I was in high school. Because I took a digital communications class. And that was actually one thing I was able to do pretty well. Because it was mostly just math. It was basically mathifying color in a sense. Where every single number was just the amount of red, green, or blue. So you could mathematically come out to colors. It was one of the few times where math worked well in art. Because I'm generally pretty bad at drawing other similar things. But I'm half decent at math. So being able to apply math to art kind of made it a little easier. Describing a color's warmth seems odd to you. Yeah, it is a thing that's kind of done quite often, isn't it? Like saying something is a cold color or a warm color. But it's more so a sense of feeling, not of actual visual. Like, more so the mental response to it rather than what it actually looks like. Because it's really hard to describe any color without, like, referencing color. It's, like, near impossible. You either have to go on, like, the emotional side of the color, which still isn't describing the color, you're just, like, indirectly describing something. Which only leaves, like, mentioning the color of the color. Oh, it's so weird premise. There are so many other visuals you can describe alternatively. Like a waving motion or something similar. Like, you know, more actionable visuals. Yellow will always be a primary color to you. Hello, Laura! Welcome, welcome. You still think Gems of War should add a colorblind mode? They did do some colorblind things in the past. But they've never added, like, a full-on colorblind mode. Like, they've made adjustments to the game because of people being colorblind in the past, quite a few times. But never have we gotten, like, an actual dedicated colorblind mode. Hey, 120 gem drop. I'd love to see it. As we mentioned earlier, we're going to keep going until we go down to 50 keys then. Hey, another pet orb. Also, today does not feel like Sunday at all to me for some reason. Really does not feel like a Sunday. Oh, there we go, another Minions orb. Also, I always keep calling it Pet Orb. It's actually called Orb of Minions. I will never not call it Pet Orb. For whatever reason, I just think of it as that. Probably because we have pet events and pet rescue and everything else. I just never used the term minion to describe them. Lester. Yeah, most schools tend to associate colors to actual objects. It's just an easier way to describe them. Same as the alphabet. It's just easier to describe things by reference. Well, I was mentioning for earlier is that doesn't like make its definition though. Because it's hard to like define color or specific colors. Like defining color is easy. Defining specific colors is what is hard. Without like referencing other things. Because you know, when you learn the alphabet, you'll like learn the reference like A is apple, B is B, stuff like that. But you know, the letter of A, the concept of A, is obviously unrelated to apple. It's more so just used as a reference. That's a good learning tool. But I just mean that in that colors are just a lot harder to define in that way. Without even referencing or just self-defining with color. Do you think the song for the alphabet made it easy? What, the A, B, C, D, E, F, G one? Honestly, I still do not know the alphabet outside of order because the letter alphabet. Like, if you tell me what letter comes after what letter, I will only get it right like 33% of the time within 5 seconds. Because I don't know most of them out of order. I only know it based on the alphabet. So anything in like the second half of the song, I might get wrong. I've gotten a little better at it over time. Also, like if someone tells you to say the alphabet backwards, you know how hard that is? Because most people have it associated with, you know, with something. So trying to do it from Z to A is ridiculously hard compared to A to Z. Because no one learns it from Z to A. And most of them don't know it necessarily out of sequence. You thought you were alone and that it doesn't feel like Sunday? I'm not sure why. Yeah, it really does not feel like Sunday. I think what mostly threw it off is I had a really weird sleep schedule a couple days ago, and that kind of just threw off the weekend. Ooh, Major Orb of Forging. That's the good one as well, the one that can actually be used. Also, I think we're at the point where I don't need Orbs of Forging anymore. So they're not necessarily good, but I don't know, I think I might still need another one or two or so. But we are at the point where we barely need Orb of Forging. Getting to the point where they're basically like the ingot one or something similarly useless. You just remember you have to take the trash out tonight? Wait, does your trash come on Monday? Interesting. I don't think I've ever lived on an area where it came on Monday. I feel like most areas I've ever lived in, trash pickups were on like Tuesday or Wednesday. For trash and or recycling. Alright, there we go. Hey, we got Ace of Runes. Isn't it a more recent one? I don't remember. It's just we automatically have all of the max immediately, so I don't pay much attention to the tarot cards. Hey, look, I almost said Tyrion. Lester, we have 69. There you go. Enjoy. Actually, that was something really funny that happened on the previous stream. I didn't even try. We had like 69, 69, 69 gold during the previous stream. There we go, we have it again. I'm gonna go ruin it with tribute though. There we go, now we have 70 million. Right? There we go, 70 million. Oh, there we go. We got 5 EXP boosters to go use later. That's not it. We got 5 EXP boosters for next Guild War. Hopefully we'll win Tuesday Guild War and we'll go from there. Anyways, guys, I think we'll call it here for now. We will be back tomorrow, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. Our game plan is prep for Guild War, do all the dailies, and we'll have a video going over in the morning, all the weekly stuff. A bit of a tamer week next week. Biggest thing happening is pretty much just Guild War, unless we're getting a patch randomly on Tuesday. I don't think we will this Tuesday, though. If we're getting a patch soon, I feel like it's 2 Tuesdays from now. But yeah, the only big thing we really have next week is Guild War. No arena, no weekend events, because we have arena. No new pet on Wednesday. And everything else is, you know, just basic stuff. So pretty much just Guild War. But we'll be able to go claim in all this EXP next week at some point, hopefully on Wednesday. And yeah, be able to get the big EXP grind going, if nothing else. Get closer to that ever so elusive 1,900 and 2,000 for those extra hero stats. And then never gain another hero stat again, because we're never going to reach level 3,000 in the history of this game. Because there's no way we're ever hitting that number in any time in the next decade, unless they make EXP even easier. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Have a wonderful week. Thanks for stopping by. And I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.